Oh, was it time?
That's you.
I'm trying to play the Crosley jukebox. Oh, it's Larry's
Hey, you know
Country Diner. We'll get back to the jukebox in a minute. What?
We also didn't get it turned on. We got to get that thing turned on.
Oh, it's not turned on?
Oh, well, turned on.
I can't find where you put the cord. This is Larry's Country Diner. We're glad you're along. We'll get things started now. Matter of fact, here's the man that... What was it you told me earlier? Put the O in omelet? What does that mean? Here's Larry.
Listen to Aaron. Aaron, you can handle people like him, can't you?
I said a while ago, I don't like Keith behind my back.
You a wise
Nor should
man.
you.
I now have greater respect for you than ever.
Well, we've been together a few times, so I know to watch you.
That's right.
Not on the television.
Promise of the day is from Psalms 113:3, from the rising of the sun unto the going down of the same. The Lord's name is to be praised. We always do the promise before we start the diner. Ooh, the year was 1955. Average yearly wages, 4,000, it's gonna be a great day. $4,130. The minimum hourly rate, $1. Average cost of a new car, $1,900. Disneyland opens in California on July 17th, 1955. In God We Trust was added to all U.S. paper currency. African-American Rosa Parks is arrested after refusing to give up her bus seat to a white person in Montgomery, Alabama, and the first pocket transistor radio was available. Remember the first transistor radio you got? You do not have to be quiet in the diner. Quiet doesn't work here. Fish fingers are marketed by Birdseye. Fish fingers.
I remember chicken fingers.
No fish had fingers.
I didn't. You well-spoken, Sheriff.
Yes.
No, fish don't have fingers. You know what these are called? I mean, besides fingers? No. 4.
Digits.
They're called flanges. I learned that in biology class.
Oh, get out of
Flanges.
In what language?
Well, and whoever made that up, probably Latin. Oh, I don't know.
Not that I know, I think I'll need to remember that.
Flanges. Ray
Somebody
Kroc.
give you the flange.
Ray Kroc.
Get some fish flanges.
Oh, I thought he said Ray Price.
No, Ray Kroc starts the McDonald's fast food restaurant
Where was the first one?
in California somewhere.
I've been there, yeah.
He was a salesman who stopped and got a hamburger at this little fast food place, and liked it so much he kept coming back, and he talked to the guys about doing something with it, and they said, we're not gonna. It's kind of like the guy that bought the Coke ingredients from that pharmacist, and Kroc turned it into a monster. First riot at an Elvis Presley concert takes place in Jacksonville, Florida. Did you ever see Elvis perform?
Never did.
I didn't either.
I wish I could.
He wouldn't leave me a ticket at the ticket. I don't know why.
Many times you called him.
You know, and even yesterday I called, and he wasn't answering. $64,000 question. The popular U.S. television game starts in 1955. James Dean stars in the movie East of Eden, and James Dean was killed in a car accident the same year out in California. First Guinness Book of World Records published. There's a picture of that first one. The Mickey Mouse Club debuts on ABC, and I said this before, and I'll say it again. Every time I mention Mickey Mouse Club, my favorite person on the Mickey Mouse Club.
Annette?
Annette Funicello.
Shocking.
Oh,
Shocking.
yeah. Oh, now we're talking.
She was my favorite.
Yeah.
She was my
For good
favorite,
reason.
man.
Pretty little thing.
Popular films, Oklahoma. The Quartermass Experiment? I never heard of that. The Quartermass Experiment. We'll have to do some in-depth study on that. Rebel Without a Cause. And this song.
He's in the jailhouse now.
Oh, yeah.
He's in the jailhouse now. He's in the jailhouse now.
Webb Pierce, 1955. And this song by Farron Young.
I'm gonna live fast, live hard, die young, and leave a beautiful memory.
Is it true that Jeannie Seeley wrote that song?
No, she wrote Leaving and Saying Goodbye.
See? Wrong again, Larry. A Satisfied Mind, Porter Wagner.
Little they know
Boom, boom.
that it's so hard to find.
And that's it for 1955.
What a year. What a year.
Hey, born in 1955?
Who?
Jimmy Fortune.
Well, that's fortunate.
For Jimmy.
Jimmy was a guest not long ago on the diner.
That's right, March 11th, 1955.
It's when he was here?
No, that's his birthday.
Oh, no, boy, I understand now. What was the price of gas this morning, Aaron?
What did...
$3.44.
$3.44.
And it's on its way up.
Yeah.
We usually give the price of gas in the year that we are sharing, and I don't have that. But in 55, let's see, I graduated from high school in 61. In 55, it had to be what? 18, 19 cents?
Well, if you're going to give it
19 cents?
in this year, you're going to have to do it about 25 times a day because it changes every 10 minutes.
That's true. You drive by and they're changing the sign. You turn around.
You remember that Tom T. Hall song? I always loved that Tom T. Hall song. Back when gas was 30 cents a gallon, the love was only 60 cents away. What does that mean? It's good. It's a great song.
I don't get it.
No, you wouldn't.
That's cool. That's cool. Our special guest today is Aaron Tippin.
Yeah.
Hey, hey.
The Aaron Tippin. He has that great song. It's still a good song. You got to fall for anything or you'll stand for nothing.
Something like that.
You'll fall off of anything if you don't stand on something.
Got to. What are you going to do? That you're going to head up with that one?
I am going to do that song. You know, that's a song that got me on the Bob Hope Show in 1990. I went to Desert Storm and entertained the troops. First thing I did in country music.
I asked you about Elvis. I was going to ask you about Bob Hope. What was it like to be on the road with him?
He was pretty cool. He was like 86 when we did that show. That was his last trip downrange and my first trip. And
Right.
this year made 9 years to the battlefield. But that was his last time downrange. And it was awesome. When we left California, there was no show. Him and one writer wrote the entire show.
My goodness. And
he would bring us in one at a time. He'd say, okay, here's going to be your part. Now, Aaron, I want you to play this. And remember his old songs, Buttons and Bows? He taught me that song. He said, you're going to play that, and we're going to do a little skit together. Now, here's what you do, and blah, blah, blah. And they'd write it all down. And when we got there, I mean, they didn't even rehearse it. They just walked out there and wham, they started doing it.
I love those guys that could do that. Dean Martin was like that.
Oh, great.
Just throw
Straight
him on
off
the
the cuff.
stage. Yeah. Well, I mean, this thing is so heavily scripted that we do here. That is just. What?
I stayed up 3 nights learning my part.
Good.
No. The cue cards are right over there. Right there. That was the wrong line.
What's the first song?
You got to stand for something.
Let's do it. Aaron Tippin.
Now, Daddy didn't like trouble if it came along. Everyone that knew him knew which side that he'd be on. He never was a hero of this county's shining light, but you could always find him standing up for what he thought was right. He'd say, you've got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. You've got to be your own man, not a puppet on a string. Never compromise what's right and uphold your family name. Oh, you've got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. Now we might have been better off or on the bigger house. Daddy had done more giving in or a little more backing down. But we always had plenty just to live in his advice. Whatever you do today, you'll have to sleep with tonight. He'd say, you've got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. You've got to be your own man, not a puppet on a string. Never compromise what's right and uphold your family name. Oh, you've got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. Now I know that things are different than they were in Daddy's day, but I still believe what makes a man really hasn't changed. You've got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. You've got to be your own man, not a puppet on a string. Never compromise what's right and uphold your family name. Oh, you've got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. You've got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sheriff.
Tippin. There's a line in that song that my wife uses frequently. Something about whatever
If you
do.
stand up again, she'll knock you.
No, she'll knock you down again. That's right. No, it's the one about what you do today, where you're going to sleep with tonight.
Yeah.
So if I do anything wrong during the day, I have to sleep with one eye open at night. It doesn't get any easier.
Yeah.
I was sitting at the house the other day. We have a counter, something like this, and sitting at the house reading something, and she walked by. She had a pitcher of water. She was going to go water some plants, and she acted like she was going to throw it at me. And I said, as she walked by, I said, when you were 20, you'd have done that. She dumped a little in the thing and came back and poured it all on me. You twit. Let's get out of here. We'll be right back.
Oh, yeah. Today's special, Aaron Tippin tilapia, served to your liking.
Tilapia.
Good stuff. We'll be back. And welcome back to Larry's Country Diner, where the coffee's hot, the tea is cold, and bad decisions make for great stories. Here's Larry.
Hey, you got it turned on.
I got it turned on. It's working. I still can't find out where to put my quarter in.
All right. I think it's going to be about time for a fun fact.
Fun fact.
Do you have your fun fact
I have
ready?
a fun fact that you can identify with.
Oh, Lord. Has to
Listen
be about
closely.
weight.
Huh? Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
No.
Not personal.
Is there ever a moment longer than that moment during an argument when you realize you're wrong?
No.
Just
I like
drags
that
on
one.
forever.
I like
How am I
that
going to
one.
get out of
I
that?
like that one. I have one.
Okay.
Pitcher. Now, not baseball pitcher and not picture. Pitcher is a leather jug. That's why we call it a pitcher. It was a leather jug treated with tar pitch to help it hold things. That's why it's called a pitcher. I never knew that. Found that out.
That is. I bet it made
And
for some interesting iced tea.
This one was interesting, too. Getting bombed.
Embalmed or bombed?
Bombed.
Oh,
no,
okay.
we know what happens when you're embalmed. You don't know what's happening. We know. A bombard is a leather jug which holds 8 pints or 4 quarts. So if you drank a bombard of ale, you would be drunk.
Yeah.
So that's why they call it getting bombed. All the things you learn right here at the diner.
I got one.
What?
I got
No,
one.
you can't have
I-
one.
I-
Everybody's
got
getting
one.
in on my act. What is it?
I get
What?
mail, so I get these fun facts
Okay.
too. Did you know that there are more chickens than people in the world?
And more chicken people than that.
Yeah. More people who are chickens.
People who are chickens.
That's true. Well, all right.
Count me.
Why do you think the chicken
And-
dance is so popular?
Here's something that was really interesting. Winston Churchill was born in a ladies' room at a dance. There you
I
go.
heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Who
Did you
was
know that?
playing for the dance?
Who was playing the dance? Only a musician would
There
ask
you go.
that. Was the dance so boring that somebody had
I
to
don't think
go
I
out
have a baby.
That was the beginning of Nashville Swan Ball.
We got a diner full of folk today. We have where's Jared? Jared,
Garrett.
come here. Take your mic and go back to Yar and Char. Raise your hand, Yar. He's right there in that hat.
Yeah.
Yar and Char.
There you are.
Well, yeah. Yar, tell me about Char. No, I didn't say you could hold the mic.
You just lost your show, Larry.
Tell you about Char.
Yeah.
She's an entertainer. She still entertains, and she's got a CD out, and they're playing the heck out of it in Europe, and we're getting ready to send it to all the radio stations.
Very good.
Sure,
Great
great,
bass
great.
Great bass
Yeah.
player. Don't
I
leave
see her at
that.
the Nashville Palace.
The
Not
sheriff
Nashville
says
Palace,
she's a
John
great
A's.
bass player, and I
She
will
is.
attest to that. She played bass for me since I hired her in 1969.
She is
When did you get
great.
married?
Pardon?
Oh, sorry.
1976.
I thought maybe it was the wrong question to ask. Not yet.
Yeah, we got married in 1975. 75.
We lived in sin till then.
Now they live in Smyrna.
Too much?
Thank you, Jared. I like that. You get me out of this. I ain't
funny.
hanging around here.
That's funny.
Aaron Tippin. What you got for us?
Well, I
Let's
got
do
the
another
song as
song.
my first #1 hit. An old tune that Buddy Brock and I wrote about my old beat-up, dilapidated 1975 Toyota Corolla station wagon that had 271,000 miles on it.
Oh, my goodness.
And we were writing a song, working on a song, finished one up, and we're trying to figure out the way to angle this baby. And Buddy said, I know exactly how to write this song. We'll write this song about your old car because there ain't but one thing that works on it, and that'd be the radio. So we tune ain't nothing wrong with the radio. Well, sometimes she runs, sometimes she don't. More than what she left me on the side of the road. Older she gets, the slower we go. But there ain't nothing wrong with the radio. She needs a carburetor, a set of plug wires, riding me around on 4-ball tires. Wipers don't work and a horn don't blow, but there ain't nothing wrong with the radio. I got 16 speakers crossing my back dash, a little bobbing dog watching everybody pass. Dual antennas whipping in the wind. Oh, there ain't a country station that I can't tune in. But she ain't a Cadillac and she ain't a Rose, but there ain't nothing wrong with the radio. I got stopped by a cop late last night, out of date tags and no tail lights. He said, I ought to run you in, but I'm letting you go, 'cause there ain't nothing wrong with your radio. Got the best looking gal in my hometown. I asked her last time that I took her out, honey, tell me what it is that makes you love me so. She said, there ain't nothing wrong with your radio. I got 16 speakers crossing my back dash, a little bobbing dog watching everybody pass. Dual antennas whipping in the wind. Oh, there ain't a country station that I can't tune in. Oh, she ain't a Cadillac and she ain't a Rose, but there ain't nothing wrong with the radio. Well, y'all help me now. Oh, she ain't a Cadillac and she ain't a Rose, but there's nothing wrong with the radio. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, good. Good stuff.
Ain't nothing wrong with radio. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Boy, it's nice to see the diner so full.
Yeah.
Gee whiz, are they all paying?
No, they're not paying, but they're leaving tips.
Oh, the tip. How'd you get your start? I mean, obviously, when you wrote a song, but were you first a writer and then a performer?
You know, came up here to be a singer. That's what I wanted to do was sing. And I was on a show called You Could Be a Star.
That's right. Now, I wasn't doing it then. I think Dan
Jim
Miller
Ed-
was doing that.
Jim Ed-
Jim Ed and Dan Miller.
Jim was doing it by that time. And actually, boy, you wouldn't recognize me. I had hair in the middle of my back, big old fuzzy beard, and I rode motor scooters back then.
I remember that. I was scared of you.
That's when I used to sit behind you, right?
That's right.
But I remember got on there, and there was a guy that won the competition. I won my daily.
Right.
So I got to stay one more time, and then, well, I completely got wiped out after that. I mean, it was slaughter. And I had my tail between my legs, getting ready to head back to South Carolina, and Jenny C. Riley walked up to me and said, and she was one of the judges on the staff, she said, you know something, Aaron? She said, you got a unique sound. She said, you ought to think about coming and being in the music business.
Wow.
And I said, okay. And I went home, quit my job, packed my car, turned around, came back to Nashville.
My goodness.
So she was the final, I guess, straw that
Kick in the rear,
talked
got
me
you
into
here.
coming to town.
You know, it's interesting. We've talked about this before with game shows or with shows like that are voted on by 3 people. It's quite often, and it's not putting anybody down that's won, but often the one that is the least deserving is the one that wins, because everybody will vote real strong for their favorite and give the one they don't like a bad score, but will give the one in the middle fair scores. And when you add them all up, this one nullifies this one and this one wins. Because when I did it with...
I don't know about that, though, Larry. If they was picking the worst one, I'd have won every time.
Adam, one of my sons and I were just in New York, and we were with Alan Reed and Mady, Reedland Productions. They produced that show for years. How many years? Do you have any idea?
Time.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Boy, it was
I
it
remember
was a
he'd
big
come
show.
out. All right, boys.
It's right.
And Mark Johnson, who played bass on the show,
Yeah.
ended up being my bass player.
Was that right?
And so when he tried out for my band, he remembered me. And it's he was playing for Bill Anderson, and Whisper Bill always says, "You stole my bass player, Tippin."
Now, Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson
is Mark's brother. And that's
he
what we
does the
always
steel
say
thing.
is, oh, you're Mark Johnson, Mike Johnson's brother.
He does all of our Country's Family reunion shows.
Yeah.
Which I understand you have agreed to be on one of our next ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Right.
Did I do that right, Keith? Terry, did I do that
Yeah,
right?
he hooked it. Yeah, you did it just
Terry
right.
said, make sure he commits.
Y'all just can't stand the fact that I'm lazy, can't you? That really bugs you.
I love it. We're gonna be right back in just a minute. Let's get us out of here, Keith.
Oh, where is Nadine? Wait till she sees Aaron Tippin's at the diner today. That's coming up. Larry's Country Diner.
Oh, well, I'm tired and so weary, but I must go along till the Lord comes and calls me away, where the morning's so bright and the land is the light. I'll be changed from this creature that I am. There will be peace in the valley for me someday. There will be peace in the valley for me. Oh Lord, I pray there'll be no sadness, no sorrow, no trouble I see. There will be peace in the valley for me. Little guitar now. I'm really sure that Red Foley found peace in the valley too. Oh, well, the band will be gentle, the wolf will be tame, and the lion shall lay down by the land, and the peace of the wild will be led by a child. I'll be changed from this creature that I am. be peace in the valley for me. Oh Lord, I pray there'll be no sadness, no sorrow, no trouble I see. There will be peace in the valley for me. There'll be no sadness, no sorrow, no trouble I see. There will be peace in the valley for me.
Yeah.
Better Walker.
Beautiful.
That was the very first Country's Family Reunion show we did in '97. Jeannie C. Riley was on that show. That was the only one she was able to do with us. But she was a pistol that day. She was a sweetie. Had great stories to tell. And then Billy and his wife died in a car wreck, it's been about 4 years ago? Something like that? So,
They were coming from a show.
yeah, coming home from a show.
He's still working, buddy. Still out there.
Oh, he and
making
Betty.
it happen.
Oh,
What a
he and
cool
Betty
guy.
right there. Yeah.
Man, he's great.
I liked him. I loved him
love
very
him.
much.
What-
He was a sweetie. He never met a face he didn't love, and he was always just a very nice person. Now,
Completely opposite of that.
he never met this woman, however. Never met Nadine. Hey, Nadine. It's so
Larry.
good to see you, he
Good
said.
to see you too.
Yeah, well, smile about it.
It's getting bad. I'm telling you,
What?
I'm getting worried about myself. I stood in front of the mirror this morning 15 minutes trying to remember where I'd seen myself before. It's rough. I'm getting scared. That happens when you get old, though, you know?
You
Hey,
forget who you are.
You got Aaron Tippin in here.
I do,
Mom,
right
I
away.
heard- That's that boy that you stand for nothing or you fall for something. I remember that song. We made our kids memorize that song. They had to stand up and sing that once a week. It didn't help them though, Aaron. No, I just found something out about you. I found out 5 things that probably none of these people in here know about you.
Number one.
What?
He's been struck by lightning twice.
Have you really?
Step back.
Would you not think somebody's trying to tell you something? I know.
That's why I'm in church every chance
That's
I can.
right. That's
Hey,
right.
you know what they say, Nadine? 3 strikes.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
You got one more coming.
So I'm either leaving or going into the Guinness Book of World Records.
That's right. That's right. And you know what?
What?
He don't ever watch Larry's Country Diner because he don't have any TVs.
None?
One smart man right there.
Wait.
Yeah.
Ours blew up about 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And, you know, that's when I wanted one of those big wall hanger TVs. Okay?
Yeah.
Everybody's got them now. And I went down, I said, well, that's what we're going to have. We're going to have that, baby. And I went down there pricing them things, and I said, I ain't paying that kind of money. And I said, we'll just wait, they'll go down. And meanwhile, the kids forgot about TV.
That's great.
And
That's
we took
great.
it out of the great room. Now, when we work out, me and Thea work out in the morning, we got a little TV that we watch
Oh,
news
that
on.
blew that one right out of the water, didn't it?
Sorry about that.
Well, one other thing, too, that amazed me. This boy has been in a lot of stuff since he was little bitty. An eagle almost tried to take him out of his baby buggy when he was 2 years old. Can you believe that?
Now, all of these things are happening from the sky down.
Yeah.
I know. It was,
Interesting.
That's why aviation used to be my career.
you know, that's another thing. If I had a 20, you was a commercial pilot at 20?
Yes, ma'am.
You know what? That would scare the pee willy out of me if I knew you was up there flying that plane and I was in there. 20 years old?
Hey, Dean, my wife says the same thing even today.
I know. Well, I don't blame her. I guess so. But you know, there's 2 songs of yours I really like. Kiss This. Didn't you do that one?
Oh,
I like that song. And another one that reminds me of my sister-in-law is that one. It's
It's not Kiss This, huh?
no, it's I wonder how far it is over you.
I remember that one.
Yeah. She's a big woman. It always reminds me of her.
What was the title?
Yeah. I wonder how far it is over you.
Was it about a fat woman?
No.
No,
Oh.
Larry. You
Well, I thought.
You can tell them to him, you just can't explain them to him. But anyway, she's a rough woman. She's a real rough woman. She don't know the meaning of fear. Of course, there's a lot of words she don't know the meaning of, but I wish I could get an English-speaking audience once in a while. But I tell you one thing, you'd know her if you see her. She's so ugly, she'd make a mule back off a oat bin. And her husband ain't much better. The little hospital they got down there, they keep a picture of him in the ER so they don't have to use a stomach pump because they can't afford one. Thank the Lord they never had kids. But
You're bad today.
well, Larry, you know what? My little grandson Troy called me from Ohio. They just had a baby last week, little boy. Mm-hmm. And they said he looked just like me. And then they turned him right side up. He's a good boy. Troy's a good boy. He has his moments. He sends his mother-in-law flowers every month because she's allergic to them. You know what I mean? Yeah.
There's an idea.
I hope that baby's smarter than he is. Bless his heart. He was so excited when he graduated kindergarten he could hardly shave. Yeah. I'm gonna run on over there after a while.
You should.
And do the sign on the church. I'm gonna put on there, God don't send people to hell, he just honors their choices.
Oh, that's a good one.
Seems like I've used that before, but I
No.
can't remember. I don't think I have.
No.
I'd have remembered that.
Yeah.
No, that woman in the mirror would have remembered that one.
Well, I don't know, but anyway, I'll get over and do it for you.
You have some former church members that you used to go to church with in the diner today.
I know, that scares me when I run into people who used to know me.
I know. Thank you, Nadine.
Thank you.
Aaron, you got a friend here in the diner with you today. Patrick Flanigan.
Patrick Flanigan.
Tell me about Patrick.
Trick shooter from
Trick
Mossburg.
shooter mean what?
No, he's a world-renowned shooter. You can go to patrickflanigan.com and watch him all his trick shooting he does. But he takes a shotgun. He throws up. How many? What's it up to, Patrick? How many you throw up?
11 clay targets shot from the shoulder. And then with the trick shooting, we shoot them from the shoulder, from the hip, upside down above the head, behind the back, pretty much any way you can possibly come up with. So it's...
So you an Annie Oakley in pants.
Again, what?
You're an Annie Oakley in pants.
Annie Oakley in pants, that's right. That's right.
Could you give the sheriff some lessons? He can't hit the broadside of a bomb. Right?
We can work on that.
Oh, yeah, the boys always love to see Patrick come to the house because they know we're going to be doing some shooting when he gets here.
How'd you get into that?
We would have to film 3 more shows to tell that story. So it's a long story, but it was pursuing a passion that I just love to be in the outdoors. I loved shooting, and I loved to entertain. So I put those together into a traveling show. So it's pretty exciting.
So I mean, people really can throw stuff up and go pchkung chkung.
It's the real stuff. Yep, it's the real deal.
What's it, Patrick? How many shots in 1.4 seconds?
12 shots out of a semi-auto shotgun, non-modified in 1.4 seconds. That's one of the world records that I have currently.
It sounds like a machine gun.
Sounds like a machine gun, but you're pulling the trigger every time.
Good grief.
You didn't bring a gun with you, did you? I'd like to see that.
Got some out of the truck.
He's bodyguarding me today.
Security! We don't have security, do we, Sheriff?
No, hardly any.
And your guns are in the car.
Yes.
And what are we going to do?
We put something on Nadine's head and let him have a shot at it.
Whoa! What?
They could use him at the show in Cody.
Oh, at the show in Cody. Go up to Dan Miller's show in Cody. Oh, on the street, too.
Yeah.
If you've never seen the gunfighting in Cody, out in front of the Irma Hotel, they could use you.
They could.
They can't hit nothing. So what's the website?
Go to Patrick Flanigan. Is that right, Patrick?
PatrickFlanigan.com.
And he's on the web. He did a YouTube on the way in today. He is on it, man. So MySpace, Facebook, Twitter, name it. He does it all. He's young and smart, and I'm stupid. No.
Speaking of Facebook, thank you, Pat. Speaking of Facebook, I have been told to tell you to go to our Facebook page.
That's right.
What is it?
Larry's Country Diner.
Real
Well,
original.
duh. Okay.
Or if they can't figure that out, they can go to the website and click on the little link that says Facebook, and it'll take them right there.
So join us.
Yeah.
Do you have a website?
I do, AaronTippin.com.
AaronTippin.com. And can they find product there?
They sure can.
All your albums, all your CDs?
I'll sell them one of the kids.
Ah. He might even be able to afford one of them big televisions. So it's AaronTippin.com. Got it.
Yes, sir.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back and get another song out of you.
And
Keith,
our
get us out of
website
here.
is Larry'sCountryDiner.com, or check out NadineNadine.com. Lots of entertainment there. We'll be back. Oh, standing here by the old Crossley juice box. Isn't that pretty? Especially since we got the lights turned on. Here's a man who has a hard time to finding that thin line between boredom and hunger. Here's Larry.
It's because it's a thin line.
It is a very thin
Yeah,
line.
thin lines are hard to find.
Oh!
It's you. Mail. So we have to wait on the waitress to come up here and get her mail. All right, I'm ready.
Okay, so I got this letter from a new fan.
Okay.
It says, I set my DVR to record in hopes of finding a cooking show. What I found was
This cooks?
This cooks. Yeah.
What I found was a souffle of refreshing entertainment with a rare, wholesome flavor. Larry, Keith, Renee, and Nadine bring a blend of spices that make this a 5-star main course.
Yeehaw.
Jeff Taylor and Betty Green playing classical music made a complex dessert that I will always remember.
Wow.
Compliments to the chef. Signed, a new fan, Gerald Schumann from Douglas, Georgia.
I wonder if you ever found that cooking show. That's how they list us sometimes. Under entertainment, the cooking shows. Larry's Country Diner.
It's got the word
Well,
diner in it.
And we don't cook.
It's been a while since we've done a cooking show. Well, here we are.
And we're cooking.
Hell, here we are.
You got another song for me, don't you?
I believe I do.
What are we going to get?
We're going to get the one that I'm very, very proud of this tune. You know, it was actually most folks think the song was written after 9/11, but the truth was it was 2 years old when the enemy attacked us at 9/11. And it was just one of those songs that I always tried to include patriotic songs on my album. Just for whatever reason, record label didn't want to do a patriotic thing on that particular album, so it laid in catalog. And when those towers fell, my pals at Lyric Street approached me and asked me to do a benefit single for the families of the victims. And I remember this song and told them about this, and we recorded it and put it out. And most of all, I think it really helped me in the healing of getting over seeing our country being attacked. That helped me get over it. And it's not a sad song. It's not about the 9/11 event. It's about being an American, being who we are. When times get tough, we pick ourselves up by the bootstraps and we get on with living free. That's what I think is so.
One of the things that's always impressed me about you, and not knowing you, just knowing what I read about you and about the songs you've done, you've always had a soft spot in your heart for the military.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, like I said, I still go to the battlefield every year. Thanksgiving, that's Tom, my youngest son. We've never spent a Thanksgiving together. I've always been on the battlefield every year.
Wow.
And you know, I do have a soft spot in my heart for them. They're out there right now. You know,
Yeah,
they're
they
looking
are.
out after us while we're enjoying this freedom. And
Yeah.
I always try to keep that in mind. And by going over there, I get pretty filled up with
I'll
the
bet.
love for them. When I come back to the States, buddy, I got a soapbox about that tall, and I will get on it. But this song is important to me, and I hope it meant as much to the rest of America as it did me. It's called Where the Stars and Stripes and Eagle Fly.
Well, if you ask me where I come from, here's what I tell everyone. I was born by God's dear grace in an extraordinary place. with the stars and the stripes and the eagle flies. It's a big old land with countless dreams, and happiness ain't out of reach. Hard work pays off the way it should. Seen enough to know we've got it good, with the stars and stripes and the eagle flies. There's a lady that stands in a harbor for what we believe, and there's a bell that still echoes a price that it costs to be free. I pledge allegiance to this flag. If that bothers you, well, that's too bad. But if you got pride and you're proud you do, hey, we could use some more like me and you, with the stars and the stripes and the eagle flies. There's a lady that stands in a harbor for what we believe, and there's a bell that still echoes a price that it costs to be free. No, it ain't the only place on earth, it's the only place that I prefer. Love my wife and raise my kids, yeah, the same way that my daddy did. Where the stars and the stripes and the eagle fly, where the stars and stripes and the eagle fly. Yeah. Yes, sir.
He ain't a bad band, is he?
He's very good. Sheriff here don't like to remember these days, but when I first started getting my songs demoed in Nashville, when I first went to work for A. Rose,
Right.
he was playing on the sessions with me.
Well, he's played on so many sessions, man.
Yeah.
Aaron, thank you. We flat out of time.
Well, man,
We're not going to get to Kiss This.
that's about enough of me. Sorry, Nadine.
Next time.
AaronTippin.com. I bet they can get Kiss This at it.
AaronTippin.com.
AaronTippin.com. Go there. We will see you later. Thank you. Keith, get us out of here.
Oh, the fun and frivolity continues, and we'll be back next week right here on Larry's Country Diner. Nadine, you were marvelous as usual. Aaron, Larry, Renee, Deanne, we'll be back. Larry's Country Diner. Hope you'll join us.
All right.